Okay. The date was March 14th, 1969, when the late great Chicago Cubs legend Ernie Banks uttered that famous phrase, "Let's play two." And fast forward to September 18th, 2023, and we're going to do exactly that as we kick off the Marion County Boys and Girls Soccer Tournament here at Pike High School. A pleasant evening, everyone. My name is John Cupo, and I am very excited to bring you this doubleheader presented by RDTV, featuring teams very familiar with each other as a pair of MIC conference foes face off in this opening round, as it's the Red Devils of Pike playing host to the Warriors of Warren Central. And as I mentioned, we'll be doing a double dip this evening with the boys starting their kickoff right around 6 o'clock, and then the girls to take the pitch at 7:30. For this game one, features not only one of the best teams in this 16-team bracket, but also one of the best teams in the state, and that's the number 4 ranked team here in Indiana, the Pike Red Devils. Picked off where they left off in 2022 by winning their consecutive MIC-conference title, and they'll look to follow suit by once again winning the Marion County tournament, which they accomplished last year in a thrilling 5-4 victory that went to penalty kicks against the North Central Panthers at North Central. And I'm pretty sure, based on the bracket that I've been handed, that that championship game will be at North Central. But we have a long way to go before that. Some good soccer to be played. And it kicks off here tonight at Pike High School. And the Pike Red Devils in that ever-familiar red kit, top to bottom, with the white numbers outlined, and keeper all in black with the red number. Warren Central lines up on their side of the pitch. White tops, black shorts, black numbers to boot. Keeper in an ever festive
ladies and gentlemen.
teal blue uniform.
Board of Education,
both keepers wearing
Dr.
0.
Young and Principal Jeremy Woolley, welcome to Pike High School.
The teams make their way to the center of the pitch.
Complex. And tonight's Marion County Round 1 soccer matchup featuring the Warren Central Warriors.
If you're not familiar with high school soccer rules, it's 40-minute halves as opposed to regular 45, so they'll play 80 minutes.
And courteously to those around you.
If needed, they will play overtime because of the tournament.
Let's afford the student athletes, coaches,
and if the score is still tied at the end of those 2 overtime periods, they will go to penalty kicks.
The Pike High School campus is a no tobacco zone. The use of tobacco in any form is prohibited. Please be respectful of this request for the benefit of all patrons attending tonight's contest. Restrooms and concession stands are located at the south end of the soccer field.
Just getting a few announcements from our PA announcer on the evening.
Now, let's meet the players, coaches, and officials for tonight's game. First, for the visiting Warriors of Warren Central.
And
in goal,
we'll let our crowd mic pick up the starting lineups. First for the Warren Central Warriors.
Andres Calzada Lopez. Number 7, Oscar Suche Guerra. Number 8, Stephen Peoples. Number 10, Biani Lamunga. Number 11, Kenny Ramirez. Number 16, Kiki Fequer. Number 17, Sebastian Sanchez. Number 18, Jeremy Ramirez Sorto. Number 30, Ricardo Ariana. And number 41, Alex Valterez. The Warriors are coached by Robbie Pels, assistant coaches Austin Abbott, Eric Lizama, and Kenny Gilbert.
So there you heard the starting 11 for the Warren Central Warriors. And now for the home Pike Red Devils.
Goal number 1, Yamil Sanchez. Number 3, Luke Smith. Number 4, Elijah Boslet. Number 6, Diago Bravo Gomez. Number 7, Michael Craig. Number 9, Anelson Hazard. Number 10, Leo Spitznagel. Number 12, Griffin Weaver. Number 14, Erica Ponce. Number 15, Angel Morales. And number 27, Ivan Acuna. The Red Devils are coached by Theron Smith, assistants Avery Preddy, Sawanda Samba, Cameron Shine, and Alex Reese.
And now we will turn
Tonight's
things over to
officials
the
are
national anthem.
Rogelio Alvarez, Alexander Dunphy, and Sal Camara. At this time, to honor America and in respect for all who have served this country to defend our freedom, you are invited to stand for the playing of our national anthem.
So 40 minutes has hit the scoreboard on the right side of the pitch on a beautiful evening here in Pike Township. Sun beginning to set. Will fall right over us, but there's some cloud cover, so it won't be too bad. Plenty of shadows across the field to keep that ball and sunlight out of the players' eyes. Much cooler temperatures this point in the season. Things a little different on the Indiana soccer landscape this past campaign as temperatures getting into the 90s, sometimes peaking at 100. So a lot of rehydration breaks through this fine season. But these young men prevailed. And we've gotten here. And it's about, it's a very comfortable 65. Little wind coming up through the northwest. Just picturesque for the opening round of the Marion County tournament. Pike will start with it. Everybody gets ready. Everybody checks the watch. Our friends in yellow are ready. Our referee crew for the evening. Coach Smith and Coach Pells have their crew ready, and we are underway here in Pike. Pike does like to move quickly. You want to say they play a possession game, but with how many goals they score, they really don't have the ball at their feet for a lot of time. Out to the wing. This is Morales now, has some room to work. Trying to work that corner. Wants to send it in, does. And just about 30 seconds into this one, we have our first set piece from the corner.
Over Pike, corner kick.
And this looks like it'll come off the left boot of Angel Morales. He sends it in. Dangerous chance. Knocked away by the keeper. But Morales is there. He'll try to settle it in. Good give-and-go soccer into the middle. Wide open. And already, just over a minute into this one.
Goal, Red Devils.
Pike puts it in the back of the net, left side, to make it 1-0 Pike. That was Diego Bravo Gomez, just kind of left alone in the 18, and he only had the keeper, Khalil Jimenez Calzada, to beat. And the young freshman was left on an island and couldn't stop it. So already the Warriors down in a hole. Just trying to settle in the midfield. Here's a ball forward, and us off.
Offside.
So Pike attacking early, as they always do. As mentioned in the pregame, they came into this one ranked 4th in the state, riding a 12-game winning streak, winning their 2nd consecutive MIC title, going 4-0. Their only blemish on the schedule this year is a foe that has been a nuisance the past few years, and they just so happen to be the #1 team in the state. Carmel Greyhounds. Can never foreshadow, but the way that this Pike team has played this season, there could be a showdown once again coming at playoff time. Now Warriors on the attack. Defended nicely by Pike, and they'll switch fields immediately. Room to work, played in the middle. And that'll be collected by the freshman keeper, Calzada. Looking for some help, and he'll boot this long across. Spitznagel, head in on it. He'll play it in the middle, trying to settle. And this is trouble. Number 9, can he do it? Good stop by the keeper against all-world player Anelson Hazard. If I had to put the over on DraftKings today and myself saying his name today, I will definitely take the over. Brilliant young player. Plays it into the middle. Nobody there, off the keeper's chest. Still in danger in the 18. Now played out. They'll switch fields completely. Here's Morales. Little 1-2 soccer in the box. Cross in the middle. And cleared out by the Warriors. Good defense. Now across into the box. And that was a nice volley there.
Warren, goal kick.
Looks like that was Ivana Acuna who came screeching across the left side of the box, able to get a toe on it. Just sent it wide. So as we expected, lots of offense early from Pike. Talking to Coach Pels earlier in this one, he says that it's going to take a Herculean effort from his Warriors team, but that they do have the talent. They do have the drive. They're just going to have to play a perfect soccer game against a very good Pike team, but he knows that his young men are capable.
And for Warren Central.
So we have our first sub of the evening. Number 14, Heriberto Romero Sanchez enters for the Warriors. An early spell. Here's a red throw. Morales into the box. Fida Anelson. And just lazily kicks it into the keeper. Not his best strike, but didn't get everything behind it. So number 9. Been inside the box twice. 2 chances. That's where the focus of this Warriors team will be this evening. A 1-2 soccer. Little miscommunication there between Acuna and Morales. So a goal kick for Warren Central.
Warren, goal kick.
Just under 34 play here in the first half. Pike got on the board with just over a minute into this one. Diego Bravo Gomez found himself all alone inside the box. He had a different couple options where to go. He chose the back left corner, and he chose correctly. So the Red Devils working the left side of the pitch now, cleared out by Warren Central. You can see earlier is that they're willing to risk a man in the back to guard Hazard, which is a smart thing to do. Here's a cross into the middle. Keeper there to pick it up. So Ramirez plays it ahead. And good defense there from Pike. Oriana had some space to work with, but it was good defense by the back line of the Pike Red Devils. Farre will come up to throw this in. So in the attacking third, but so far nothing doing for the Warriors. We'll try to play it into the middle, and that's defended. And that was a good, and let's see what we have here. It's one-on-one. Shot wide.
That'll be a Warren goal kick.
So Pike had numbers there. Just couldn't finish. So this is headed forward. Warriors control. You really don't want to do. You don't want to play it into that back end of the third and let this Pike offense operate. So now numbers. Kuna cannot get there. Sanchez collects it calmly. Into the middle. Nobody home except red jerseys. So now out to the far right side. This is played in the middle. Headed to the right. There's Morales with a shot on goal, but nothing there. Just wide of the net.
Warren, goal kick.
So Morales has been busy on the right side of the pitch here early to start this one. Just sent that one wide right. Like Warren Central is about to substitute two players here. It's like the sophomore Diego Manjavar. And then Lopez will re-enter. Got a spell. I think he had a equipment malfunction.
Pike free kick.
So a tripping from behind on Warren Central. This will set up a set piece for the Red Devils. From about 30 yards out. We'll try to bend this in, see if they can get something on the back post. Ball's played in. And cleared out to midfield. And some numbers for Warren Central. With speed, that was Guerra. Still has it at his feet, but now collected by Pike. So good recovery defense by the Red Devils. And here are those substitutions for the Warriors.
Number 2, Minivar, and number 6, Calzada Lopez.
So after a quick score from the Pike Red Devils, things have settled down a little bit. Time of possession pretty much even here after that initial onslaught by the Red Devils offense. Now Warriors working inside the box. Good defense. And that's going to go the other way.
Foul.
So Oriana got a little handsy there. Push the defender down and we'll go the other way. Red Devils trying to. Here's Azard now. You can see the speed. This is why he's so dangerous. Into the middle and just off the foot, but Morales on the backside. He'll try to clean it up, plays it across. One-timer by Azard. And sails it high and wide.
Warrior. Go.
So kind of a three-headed monster approach on that one between Acuna, Morales, and Azard. Very dangerous combination up front for Coach Smith. This ball played ahead, but Spitznagel there to knock it out. But that's going to stay with Warren Central for a throw. And just right now is Warren Central just having some trouble trying to squeeze some passes together. We're not being able to push anything into the attacking third of Pike. But so far, I've done a good job with the early goal given up, but have limited the chances for Pike since that opening minute. So here's the ball ahead. Azard out in front. It's one-on-one. Who's going to win? And right there, the keeper, Azard follows, and he shoots, and he scores.
Goal, Red Devils.
Death, taxes, and a Nelson Azard with a goal. Just continues to add to his season total. Came into this one leading the state in goals. And adds with 2 more points, in which he also leads the state in. And it's 2-0 with a goal in the 28th minute. So it was a great initial save by Calzada, but came right back to the feet of Azard. And he wasn't going to miss twice. So Spitznagel working the right side of the pitch, now to Morales. And once again, here's Azard. This time defended well by Warren Central. This will find its way all the way to the left side of the pitch. Just trying to find space. And splits 2 defenders. And out of bounds. That'll go in favor of the Warriors. So now Warren Central play it all the way back. One thing that they will have to do is they are going to have to push the pace of this game to generate offensive opportunities, because going backwards is not going to help their cause, especially with the offensive threat that Pike presents. And this will just be cleared out, and it'll stay with Pike. Another opportunity. Good save by the keeper. So even though down 2-0 early, Calzada, the freshman keeper, has done a good job. Now Warren looking to get to the center of the pitch, and nothing happening there, so back in possession of Pike. And we'll have a stoppage of clock with 23:51. So we go back to August 22nd. And you see a 2-0 score here. And the location was different, but it was at Warren Central for a mid-conference game. And the score was just a tad lopsided as Pike prevailed 10-2 at Warren Central. That one got away quite early from the Warriors.
Free kick.
That was game 2 of what would turn out to be a 12-game winning streak for Pike.
In from Warren Central, number 9, Carranza Ortiz.
And you look at those 2 goals, and only one time has Pike let up more than 2 goals. That was against Garin Catholic. They still won 5-3. But other than that,
and for Pike, number 5, Martinez.
5 clean sheets. And then the rest 2 goals are under for this Pike team. Again, ranked 4th in the state coming into this evening's match and opening round of the Marion County tournament. So Azard just plays it into space. Nobody home. Talking to Coach Pels earlier, he's telling me about his young keeper, Khalil Jimenez Calzada. Wasn't about 3 years ago that Warren Central did not really have any club or teams in the youth bracket to help the growth and the youth and the expansion of soccer over in Warren Central. And Coach Pels was a huge figure in starting that. And his young keeper, Khalil Jimenez Calzada, is a player who came from that club team. Says he gets about 150 participants. So it's great that the community and the school and everybody around that Warren Central program came together to start that. And the dividends are starting to pay off with some of those players now coming into Warren Central to wear the colors of the Warriors. Great story.
Pike free kick.
Well, Munga ready to check in or re-enter for the Warriors. And that was Azard.
Foul. Pike free kick.
So once again, just perfect weather. Temperature-wise, the sun setting behind the clouds, so no shadows or anything distracting these young student athletes in this one here tonight. Into the box. Head on it. Punched away from the keeper. And with space, this will be cleared by the Warriors. So good defensive set there from Warren Central. It's doing everything they can because the attack of Pike is just so dangerous. And off once again.
Offside.
So the Pike offense, an ambitious group, just going past our referee here on the right side. A few times early. This ball played long. And you can see it here from the broadcast, and it's coming from our fantastic group of RDTV. There's a shot that's going to sail way wide, and this will be a Pike goal kick. But back to my thought, coming from RDTV, which is student run, led by some fantastic administrators who help these young students get into the world of broadcasting, see it from the bottom up, hands-on experience, putting on a quality broadcast. And that brings me to my point in this picture. When Warren Central begins an attack on their third, you can just see a lot more red jerseys than you do white. Sanchez has yet to be challenged. And it's just a swarming defense by the Red Devils. I mentioned the administrators who are involved. Mrs. Tamby Fly McCall. Mr. Dan Bordenkecker. And the thing is, me as a broadcaster gets to come out here and help out with things like this is the enthusiasm, not just from the students, but from the administrators, from Ms. McCall, from Mr. Bordenkecker, about how enthusiastically they talk about the program and how they talk about the students and how their faces light up when they get an opportunity to do these broadcasts and sporting events for Pike High School. It's truly something special that they've developed out here. It's only been growing the past few years and will continue to get better. And I'm just humbled to be a part of it. So thank you. First early chance for Warren Central, but nothing doing.
Offside.
And that's an offside on Warren Central. So an opportunity. They played it ahead, and that's going to seem to be what the Warriors have to do in this one. Just send it ahead, see if someone can get under it. And see if they can't get the goalie to go one way and they find the back of the net the other. Morales by himself. Ball left a little short. He'll play it into the middle. There's Hazard. Settles against two defenders, still collects. And this will be a corner for Pike. So another set piece.
Red Devil corner kick.
Taken by Morales. Someone that Coach Smith very excited about, just a sophomore. Come off his left boot, sends it in. Headed back away, we'll try it again. Coming up on 17 minutes here in the first half. Now Morales will give up his duty. And we'll see it from another southpaw. So same trajectory. Here it comes. And we're going to do it again. So this is Micah Craig, the senior. Little surprise here. Micah with a size advantage there in the box. Prime candidate to get a head on a ball, put it somewhere inside the cage, but they decide to let him get some air under it on the set piece. Here it comes. Into the middle, knocked down by the keeper. Still alive. And that ball is lazily sailed over the crossbar.
That'll be a Warren goal kick.
So Ponce, Richardson, and Alassane about to come on for Pike. Approaching 16 minutes left here. Sun started to peek out amongst the clouds, so shadows and that sun could be a factor here. Depends which side it goes against. It's directly in our eyes. But Azard, as he does, razzle-dazzles with the left, and into the center of the net it goes.
Red Devils.
So give a brace to Anelson Azard.
In for Pike, number 14, Ponche.
And we're at 3-0.
Number 26, Al Hassan. Number 17, Richardson.
The goals continue to mount for the senior forward. So now Warren Central in a bigger hole, down 3-0. They were hoping that if they could keep things close, maybe 2-0 going into halftime, that, again, making a crisp pass, sending one forward, getting a run, capitalize on a possible mistake from the Pike defense, could get them back into this one. But as those goals mount up, especially 3-0, is that you're going to pump the brakes offensively because you just don't want to see that fourth one go in the back of the net. And Pike is not one to put the brakes on offensively. We'll have a handball.
Handball, Pike, free kick.
Mentioned these Pike Red Devils winning their second consecutive MIC title, 4-0. There's the ball into the middle, and that's going to sail along. That'll be a goal kick for Warren Central.
Warren, goal kick.
Two more substitutions.
11, Cabrera, and 21.
Christopher Cabrera and Jared Garcia.
And for Warren, number 30, Ariana.
The senior and the junior. And for head coach Theron Smith. So with the 3-0 lead, some key players, I would see the pitch for more minutes, getting some early rest. We talk about Pike winning the MIC once again, and it was pretty dominant performance throughout those 4 games, outscoring opponents 28-5 in just 4 matches. So the ever regular tally, as you always see in goal scoring average, just a touchdown. An extra point that these Red Devils were able to put up per match in their conference play. It's very impressive. But Azar now, as I mentioned, continues to add to his state-leading total in goals, now up to 31 with the brace today. Adding 4 more points to his state-leading total of 64, now at 68. Here's a ball forward. Good hustle by everybody. And that's going to go the other way.
Well,
so one luxury that Coach Theron Smith has,
Warren free kick,
with an early 3-0 lead. And we'll get some players on the pitch and maybe don't see as many minutes as they would. And just a continuation of seeing a lot more red jerseys than white. Just trying to generate something. That's a good stick right there. Still in possession of Warren Central. And now numbers. But cleared out nicely by Warren Central. So good recovery defense there by the Warriors. And that was a through ball that we were talking about. Just couldn't find the seam.
Foul. Pike free kick.
So Spitznagel now plays it in the middle. There's a couple red jerseys, a couple of white jerseys. So far, still in possession of Pike. Top of the goal, but blocked. This will be cleared out. Not out of danger yet. And this will go the other way. It's Justin Oriana ready to make his first way onto the pitch this evening for Warren Central. And then Luke Smith and Ivan Acuna to re-enter for Pike. Oriana, the brother of Ricardo, both seniors.
And for Pike, number
on head
3,
coach Robbie Pell's
Smith.
Warriors.
Number 27, Acuna. And for Warren, number 20, Oriana.
So this ball played into the center mid, but cleared forward in way of the Warriors, still at their feet. And still in white jerseys. Played forward, there's a shot. Easily picked up by Sanchez. So the first challenge, shot came from a long distance away. But Sanchez did have to make a little bobble on the ball. Under 10 minutes. Pike to play in the middle, but cleared to the midfield. And this is going to be a white throw. And we'll go the other way. Pike will play fast. That'll roll out for a Warren Central goal kick.
Goal kick.
So Warren Central decides to play the full 120 here. And that ball mishit. That'll sail out of bounds for a red throw. Coming up on 8 minutes left here in the first half. Pike up 3-0. It was Diego Bravo Gomez who got things going with a goal within about the first minute and 10 seconds of this one. And then a Nelson Hazard with the brace already in the first half. And that's where we sit, 3-0. Warren Central into the middle. But once again, from our camera, you can see just a lot of red jerseys. And that ball played ahead, but nobody home except the keeper. He'll throw it long side. And he'll stay with white. Just Warren Central still trying to generate some possession. And now it's 1v1. And it looks like he tried to do too much there, but not out of danger. Now they'll play to the right side, now into the box. Off the right foot, off cross the middle. There were bodies there, but nobody home to put it in. So that ball will roll its way back out. About 45 yards deep and a scoring chance for the Red Devils, but nothing doing.
In for Pike, number 9, Azard.
So Morales,
Number 16,
Azard,
Morales, and number 33, Daisy.
and Ryder Daisy, sophomore, make his first appearance. Pike with a great opportunity there to make it 4-0, but just couldn't send it in the back of the net. So we'll see what both of these teams have left in the final 6. Here's an opportunity for Warren. And the Warriors will have their first set piece, so an opportunity here.
And for the Warriors, number 11, Ramirez.
As Kenny Ramirez will re-enter for Warren Central. Had mentioned that it's going to take a through ball of exact precision to get through, and there was an opportunity there. Pike had to retreat and could do nothing else but force it over the end line, and that'll set up a set piece for Warren Central from the left corner. Some decent size. Ball sent in. Off a Pike defender. And they will clear. So no damage. Now Azard. And as he does so many times, now just playing one-on-one. Continues.
Foul.
And we'll stop the clock. Young man holding his ankle.
Stoppage.
And as most of these student athletes do, because of the youth, because of the exuberance, because of the adrenaline, he'll pop right back up. But in a dangerous position. And we'll say who strikes this for the Red Devils. 4:36 remaining here in the first half.
High free kick.
Roberto Romero Sanchez
14, Romero Sanchez.
will re-enter for Warren Central. Osmel Arredondo awaiting his turn for Pike. So here we go. From about, that's just right on the, that was close. That's right on the line of the 18. Played ahead into the hands of the keeper, diving to his right. So now an opportunity. It's played out wide with speed. And good sliding tackle by the Pike defender. But still at the feet of Warren Central. And now into space. Pike on the attack. Azard. Good defense by Warren Central. Recovered nicely to keep Azard from a one-on-one opportunity against the keeper. This one played ahead into the hands of Sanchez. He'll take his time. No rush here for Pike. Already with a 3-0 lead. Nice strike from Warren Central. It's Carranza Ortiz with a nice left. Solid strike off his left boot, but corralled nicely by Sanchez. So now coming up on 3 minutes left in the first half, 3-0. Quick goal by Diego Bravo Gomez, a senior. And then followed up by the all-world senior with a brace, Nelson Azard. Ball played forward. And once again, Warren Central not being able to put any pressure on the Pike defense. With any possession passes, it's usually one and then change of possession, and that's going to stay with Pike on the foul.
Two minutes to go in the first half.
With 2 minutes left here, I'm sure that Coach Pels will be more than happy just to clear out the ball. Do not let Pike get any offense, possibly letting up a fourth goal here in the first half. Opportunity into the box. Still alive. And that one just sails over the back of the net, so a close opportunity for Warren Central.
And for Pike, 25, Arredondo.
With 1:15 left, Osmel Arredondo finally gets to go in. He was chomping at the bit here for about the past 6 minutes to enter this contest, and he finally gets his chance. So kudos to the young junior. This one played into the middle, and we're under a minute. And Morales now with speed down the right side with 43 seconds. What can he do? He stays with it. Out to the center mid, nobody home. With 30 seconds, Warren Central will just kick this forward and really eliminate any chance of Pike having another offensive opportunity with now 20 seconds left to play.
Ten, 9.
I may have spoke too soon.
7, 6, 5.
And I did. So, in the wacky game of soccer, with only 20 seconds, Pike was able to get a forward pass into space. And they clear the back of the net with just 4.9 left on the clock. And welcome to the match, Ryder Daisy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So what seemed to be a 3-0 lead for the Pike Red Devils heading into the half with 4.8 left on the clock. Ryan Daisy found himself in space, had just a keeper to beat, and now we're 4-0. So the expectations high for this Pike Red Devils team, and they do not disappoint. Scoring 4 goals, doing it in impressive fashion, and shutting out Warren Central here in the first half. Exclusively on YouTube and on RD TV. which will be followed by the girls immediately after this one on RD TV. Want to say Red Devil TV so bad, but that's not what the T-shirt says, so I will not say that. This one kind of got away from us earlier than we expected. We knew that Pike would be dangerous on offense. We just weren't expecting one. About 1:10 into this one, and Pike on the attack early. But a save. It did start very early. It was Diego Bravo Gomez just find himself in the 18. Kind of had to make a decision. He had 3 different ways to go. He only had the keeper to beat. He decided to go to the left side of the net, and he successfully completed that challenge to put Pike up early 1-0, very early into this one. And then from that point, back-to-back goals by all-state athlete and soccer player, and Elson Hazard, to collect a brace.
Red Devil corner kick.
In the first half. And then it was the sophomore coming in on a late substitution for Coach Theron Smith, Ryder Daisy. And he did it with just seconds remaining left on the clock. They got possession with about 20 left. They found open space. Daisy was there. And able to put it past the keeper to his right side to go into the half, 4-0. This ball cleared. We do have a keeper change. That's Juan Palma, a sophomore, wearing number 33, but not his regular number. We'll see if he can limit the damage here of the Pike offense in the second half. Sure to stick with us after this one, because exclusively on RDTV we will bring you game 2 of a doubleheader featuring the girls squads of both of these respective teams, Pike and Warren Central. Tentatively for a 7:30 start, all depending on when this one gets finished here. But just one of many broadcasts brought to you by RDTV. Student-run operation done right here at Pike High School. Led by the watching eye of Mrs. Tammy Fly McCall and Mr. Dan Bordenkecker. Have had 7 different sports under their broadcast wing so far. And continually growing through was an outstanding program at Pike. And now here's an opportunity. Azard, just a little flick, and there it is, the hat trick.
Goal, Red Devil.
So Azard just had the keeper to beat, just a little flick shot off his right boot. And it just took some time for the ball to find its home in the back of the net. And now it's 5-0. With just over 4 minutes gone here in the second half. So Azard with a hat trick. Bumps his total to 32 goals on the season. My goodness. We're talking about the student production on RDTV. All student run crew. Cameras, production staff. Couple periods a day in which they do this from Pike High School. Just such a luxury to have as any young broadcaster, whether on the broadcasting side as myself or behind the scenes, which people like myself do get an opportunity because it doesn't happen without them. Just learning all the tricks of the trade. And just a phenomenal program. They do a fantastic job. They really do. Very humbled to be a part of this. Set piece. And there's another goal. The sun just kind of glaring in my eyes. I know that came off the left boot of somebody on a fantastic strike off the set piece in the corner. There was some confusion in the box. Ball kind of ping-pong around. Found its way to the outside of the box. And I believe that's number 7, Micah Craig, and it is. So using his strong foot, his left, off the rebound in the middle of the box. Found his left boot for a fabulous strike into the left side of the net. 5-0. Red Devils. I just wonder if Mrs. McCall and Mr. Bordenkeck are going to have some words for the Pike offense. I'm trying to talk about their program, and they just keep the ball in the attacking third. And once again, we're here. And once again.
Goal, Red Devils. Flag was up. All sides.
But almost as quickly as we saw another goal, as that Micah Craig was looking for his own brace of this young evening, but I believe Azard was off just by a few steps, so it'll keep it at 5-0. Here in the second half. In the box again. Now cleared out by Warren Central. And they'll have some numbers. So here's a through ball. But that's Spitznagel out there, and as he's done pretty much all match, he's controlled the right side of that defensive back for the Red Devils. There's Warren Central with an opportunity outside, right side of the box. Here's a shot, and that's just going to sail a little left. So nice opportunity from Kenny Ramirez.
And for the Warriors, 22, Alamasi.
So just under 32 to play here in the second half. Pike offense has been quick to strike here in the second half. 2 quick goals. Was 4-0. All of a sudden it ballooned to 6. Could have been a 7th, but Pike was offside. Into the box, off the head of Morales.
Warren, goal kick.
So more offensive opportunities generated by this Pike offense. Doing as they have done all evening. Really working that front 3 line of Acuna, Azard, and Morales. Micah Craig has come in and done a good job on the offensive side. Now some work from the backfield. So that was Griffin Weaver coming up from his defender position to play a little offense. There's Craig, couldn't settle. And this will go out of bounds, so it's going to be a red throw. And they're attacking third. Kuna plays it across the field. Stays with red. Now under 30. Into the box, there's Azard. Shot blocked. And there's a fantastic straight off the right boot of Luke Smith.
Goal, Red Devils.
On a deflection from Hazard. That ball found the right boot of Luke Smith, and he sent a bullet into the upper 90 right portion of the net. 7-0. So now all three portions of the Red Devil team getting involved with a goal from their defense. And the offensive onslaught of this Red Devils team just continues to impress. And now Micah Craig in space. He's on. Just the goalie to beat. Great save, though. Craig collects again. Takes it with his left. Blocked. Back to Acuna. He shoots. Blocked. So good defensive effort there from Warren Central after an onslaught of shots. But not out of danger yet. Luke Smith with his left into the middle. And Warren Central able to clear. Mentioned this in the first half, is that Pike is not one to take their foot off the brake, and they have not. Just continue to pressure and create on-target shots. And that leg got a little high from Acuna. So this will go the other way.
High kick. Warren free kick.
The sun directly in our eyes right now. But aside from that, this has just been a beautiful evening. The clouds have dissipated. One little rain cloud kind of made the production crew a little nervous with the equipment outside early, but that quickly dissipated. All those clouds have gone. Here's a shot on goal with the left. And a bold save there from the keeper using his legs, but no harm. Clean sheet still intact. Only the second real opportunity from the Warren Central offense. And quickly we switch fields. Hazard into the middle. And now Warren Central. Just trying to generate any possession that they can to keep the ball away from this potent Red Devils offense. Coming up on 25 here left in the contest. With the 7 goals so far in this one. Averaging just over 8 goals per match. The Red Devils are against Warren Central this season. So Craig now. Waits for help. Kuna in the box. He's free. He'll shoot and he'll score. So 2v1 action on that one from the Red Devils. Micah Craig gets it to the feet of Ivan Acuna.
21, Castillo.
And that makes it 8-0.
And 25, Hernandez.
So the Red Devils just getting anything and everything that they want. And they're attacking third. Being able to settle at the midline, make crisp passes to the outside, play 2v1 soccer, and executing. Putting the ball in the back of the net 8 times already in this one. Now here's Daisy. He had a goal into the middle, but cleared out nicely by Warren Central. Weaver. And now to Craig. He'll operate again into the middle. Nobody home. Players getting frustrated, not getting the football. Up 8-0. That's a competitive spirit, though. You love to see that. Got 8, but you can fit a 9 on the scoreboard, so we want it. So Warren Central at this point down 8-0. Comeback more than likely not going to happen, but just need to play fundamental soccer. You have 22 minutes coming up left here in the contest. You play hard through that. You knew that this Pike team was going to be a challenge. You were going to have to play a perfect soccer game. Pike has flexed their muscle, but you just have to play hard through the remainder of this one. Here's a cross now into open space, nobody home. So Micah Craig, who's been doing a fabulous job here on the left side of the pitch through the whole contest, just kind of quarterbacking his offense.
And for Pike, 24 Akacha.
And he's rewarded with an early rest. And we're starting to see more players
and
who
30, Hernandez.
May not see the pitch as much. During games that are a little closer, more of a nail biter, but up 8-0. Coach Smith can get some players some time, which is very valuable come playoff time. The more bodies that you can have, the more experience you can have, the better for any coach. And this Red Devils team is very deep.
We have a Pike free kick.
So a free kick here for Pike. Straight shot off the chest of the keeper. Rebounded. In the middle, some confusion. And that'll be cleared out. So more substitutions for Coach Smith.
And for Pike, 2, Adelu. And 3, Smith.
Juwan Adealu and Luke Smith. Adealu, the junior, Smith, the senior, both defenders. Just more makeup, a very strong Pike defensive back line, which has really kept Warren Central in check this evening. Not a lot of opportunities. And the opportunities that they've had have been not great strikes off the boots of the young student athletes. Is that Sanchez has been able to pretty much relax and up 8-0. But something you want to make sure as a young student athlete is even though you're up 8-0, just as Warren Central down that many goals, you don't want to give up. You still want to play hard through these final 19 minutes. And same as Pike. You don't want to lay back. You don't want to get lazy. Don't want to lose your fundamental sense of the game of soccer. You don't want to start looking ahead. to game 2 of this tournament. Got to finish the business at hand. And they have 18 minutes to do it. So after that ball ping-pongs around the right side of the pitch, it'll stay with red. And as the ball makes its way to our side, still in red's possession. Down to the corner, but it'll go in for a Warren Central throw. I'd like to take a quick couple seconds and take this opportunity to thank our friends at Corteva AgriScience for supporting Pike's success. Corteva regularly invests their time, expertise, and capital to a variety of initiatives and activities that positively impact our schools. So thank you, Corteva. The Pike Township Educational Foundation exists solely to enhance the education of Pike students through scholarships and grants for educator-driven projects. Since its founding in 1993, the Pike Township Educational Foundation has awarded nearly $500,000 in scholarships and over $650,000 in grants. To learn more, please visit www.pike-ef.org. And here's Pike now once again. Crossing to the middle. Trying to figure out what to do. Still in the box, not out of danger, but cleared by Warren Central. Good defense. Still in harm's way, though. That the pesky Red Devils stay with it. And that'll go out for a goal kick.
Warren, goal kick.
And special thanks to our Pike Proud partners at the Ortho Indy Foundation, YMCA, for supporting our Pike staff so they can support our Pike students and families. In addition, offering all MSD of Pike Township staff a 15% discount on YMCA memberships this year. The YMCA offered our teachers and staff of the year a free 3 to 6 month membership and provided our district teacher of the year a complimentary 1-year membership. Thanks to the YMCA for their ongoing efforts to help us prioritize the health and well-being of our students and staff. Fantastic. Community gatherness, support of the school, which is just mandatory nowadays in all sports. Now some work by the Red Devils offense once again, but cleared out.
Red Devil.
For years, it's always been the driving force of football and basketball respectively here in the state of Indiana. I mean, it is on the court side of Gainbridge Fieldhouse. We grow basketball here. And I know that basketball is going to be a very big deal come wintertime here at Pike High School as they welcome back one of their own. Jeff Teague, former #1 draft pick out of Wake Forest, to the Atlanta Hawks. 2015 All-Star, 2021 World Champion with the Milwaukee Bucks. And that ball is going to be cleared to the midline. A lot of buzz around the building to have Jeff coming back home to his alma mater, Pike. And Pike has been successful the past few years in basketball. Seems to be a different energy, though, around campus here at Pike with him coming back home. Also did have a 1-year stint with the Indiana Pacers. In fact, Jeff's lone season, which he played all 82 games and started all 82, was with the blue and gold of the Pacers. So I know the community, the school, and the students are just ecstatic to see what happens this winter. But with all that being said, you can't underestimate where the support of just all the sports of Pike High School that generates. As I stand atop of the press box here watching the 4th-ranked team in the state for boys soccer.
21.
Across from me, I see
Garcia.
2 beautiful facilities and a softball and baseball field. You see the girls getting ready to have their match. Just behind me here, football stadium, world-class facility. But just the investment that David Paddock and Kendra and everybody else in the athletic department have put together here at Pike. That ball sails wide. This is truly
Warrior
special.
Goal kick.
What they have here, that each sport gets its due respect, as they should.
In for Pike, 39, Molina.
Saw a resilient effort on Friday night from the Red Devils on the American football side of things. What looked like it could have been ugly very early in that one, but a resilient group came back to make it a 1-score game. And it really boiled down to 1 4th and 3 at the end of the game, and just the Red Devils could not convert against
Pike,
Lawrence Central and the Bears.
Weaver.
But it was homecoming night. Community once again, and the staff and the school came together for outstanding festivities prior to the game, happening out in the parking lot. Rides, fanfare, all the goodies that, you know, a local state fair or amusements would have right outside the parking lot. Students were involved, parents, rest of the community. Just a great time.
And
Homecoming,
Pike, 11,
the announcement of
Cabrera.
the Queen and King of the Court. Fabulous production from the marching band. On an almost perfect night, just would have been perfect had the Red Devils closed it out, but nonetheless, a valiant effort from those student athletes. Coming up on 11 minutes here in the second half. Pike with a very comfortable 8-0 lead. This ball cleared all the way to our side, but into the middle. And pretty much what you've seen the entire match is just more red jerseys than white. Even though it's 11 on 11, Red Devils are finding space, whereas Warren Central just hasn't been able to generate any possession during this match. So where do we go from here after round 1 for the boys? And with all due respect, with 10:30 and up 8-0, is Ben Davis is at Lutheran tonight. So the winner of this one will play the winner of that, but they will play it at either Ben Davis or Lutheran. So this is the only opportunity that Pike is going to have at home. As mentioned, that the Pike Red Devils are the defending champions of the Marion County tournament. And if they are to go the distance again this year, plenty of formidable opponents lay in the wake. Go down the list: Lawrence Central and Perry Meridian, Speedway, Franklin Central, Beech Grove, Lawrence North, Southport, Decatur Central. Of course, these Warriors and Red Devils tonight. Ben Davis, Lutheran, Park Tudor, Brebeuf, Roncalli, and North Central. And as I mentioned on the onset of this one, it was a remarkable match last year in the final between the North Central Panthers and these Pike Red Devils. 5-4 in PKs. Outstanding match.
And for Pike, 10, Spitznagel, and 16.
So more substitutions for Coach Smith.
Rapazzi.
Just keeping legs fresh, getting his young student athletes in and out, getting some run, and getting them off. Different combinations. See, something may work here and there. Here's a shot. That's blasted.
Warren goal kick.
So Warren Central will kick it away. Still playing hard here with 8 minutes left.
Warren goal kick.
Another Warren goal kick. And just under a week away from the IHSAA Boys Soccer State Tournament Pairing Show. Can watch that exclusively on IHSAATV.org. Hosted by the kingpin of Indianapolis media, Greg Rakestraw. But the complete pairings will be posted to the IHSAA.org website after the show.
Handball, Pike free kick.
And these Pike Red Devils in Section 9, the playing field section, consisting of Avon. Opportunity here. Just a misfire. Still in the 18, still collected by Pike. And his feet were his own worst enemy there, and that'll be cleared out by Warren Central. So the Plainfield sectional, Avon, Ben Davis, Brownsburg, Decatur Central, Mooresville, these Pike Red Devils in Plainfield. And the winner of Sectional 9 will host the Sectional 10 winner
Warren free
on
kick.
October 11th.
All right, goal kick.
And Sectional 10, talked about it a few times already, but those pesky Carmel Greyhounds, the Zionsville sectional. It's Carmel, Heron, Indianapolis, Crispus Attucks, Shortridge, North Central, Westfield, and Zionsville. If you remember last year, it was these Pike Red Devils meeting up with Carmel in the regional. Only to fall 1-0 to Carmel. And then to start the year for the 2023 campaign is the only blemish on Pike's resume this
Red
season.
Devil, corner kick.
Dropping their opening match 2-0 to the Greyhounds. So you can't speculate because it is tournament time and teams can turn it up a notch, and it is soccer, as I mentioned, that a through ball here might be some rain, some elements of Mother Nature. Having a ball take a bad hop. You can outplay a squad for 88 minutes, but it just takes one, and there's a goal into the back of the net. On a beautiful strike from the top of the 18.
Handball, Warren free kick.
Or no? I guess they called off. So as I was looking at all the players and celebrating for him and the young man who scored that goal, I was not looking where I should at the flag, and his flag was up for offside. So that's 2 potential goals that have been nullified by offside calls. And, well, the young man who just had his goal taken away
Goal Red Devils.
because of an offside call.
Our final, Pike Red Devils 9, Warren Central Warriors 0.
Just came back and redeemed himself
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending tonight's contest.
To score that one.
Congratulations to the Pike Red Devils, who will advance to the second round of the Marion County tournament, where they will play either Ben Davis or Lutheran on Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Osmel Orodondo.
Once again, thank
just
you
having a little trouble seeing the name, but Osmel has had a busy night. He was aching to come in that first half, couldn't find his way onto the pitch, and then finally got in with just a little time remaining. Had a beautiful strike at the top of the 18, taken away by an offside goal, decides to put his best one-on-one V skills inside the box, strikes it with his left, puts it in the back of the net, and that'll end this one early, 9-0, as the Pike Red Devils continue their season domination over the Warren Central Warriors. And they'll move on to play either Ben Davis or Lutheran in round 2 of the Marion County tournament. This one kind of got away very early from Warren Central, real early into this one. Scoring started with Diego Bravo Gomez. He found himself alone in the box with just over a minute gone in the first half. He was able to squeak it by the left side of the keeper to make it 1-0. And then Nelson Hazard on back-to-back goals to get a brace. Made it 3-0. And then just before time expired in that first half, with about 4.8 left on the clock, it was a sophomore, Ryder Daisy, to make it 4-0 heading into half. And then right out of the gate, Micah Craig, Ivana Kuna, another goal by Hazard. And then to cap things off, the junior, Osmel Orodondo, seals it 9-0 to end this one with about 4 minutes left on the clock. So the scoring differential between the two teams this season, 19-2 in favor of Pike. So now the girls who have been preparing behind us, both Warren Central and Pike, have found their way onto the pitch to begin their warm-up. And the sun has set beautifully in front of us here. The lights are on. Oh. And we find ourselves with quite the popular gentleman for a post-game interview. The all-world forward for the Pike Red Devils, and Nelson Hazard. And Nelson, only 3?
I don't know.
And also, here's something I want to ask you, is that there's a lot of buzz going around with basketball season. We know that the football team gets a lot of excitement and whatnot, but what you guys have been able to do, being 4th in the state, having an amazing season so far, how do you go into the halls tomorrow, walking around, being a student athlete, and just having this momentum, having this sense that you guys have a legit shot to do whatever it is you want to do in Indiana high school soccer this year? How do you as a student athlete walk these halls and try to keep that composure of being a student athlete, of just being, rather than being just a kid and having fun with it?
You know, like, you got to stay humble because job is not done, so we're just going to keep working and get where we want to be. Something
I want to ask you, Nelson, is that last year you guys kind of came into everything. You kind of took the state of Indiana by surprise, and you were the hunter last year. Now everybody's you got the target on your back. Now you're the hunted. How do you guys react to that as a team?
I'm like, you know, I got great people around me, so we just work together, and then they find me in the right position, so I'm able to help the team.
Okay, so you have 32 goals on the season. Can we expect to see some more before this thing's all said and done from their senior leader?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're gonna expect a lot more.
Nelson, fantastic match, my friend. You have yourself a good one, okay, buddy?
You too. Thank you.
Nelson Hazard, the all-world forward from Pike, getting a hat trick today, adding to his season total, now at 32, leading the state. And we're joined by head coach Theron Smith. I don't know, was 9 enough, Coach?
No, that was just perfect. It was perfect.
Just a great overall match from your young student athletes. Played well in all three portions of your back line was fantastic, limiting the shots on goal. I think there was only 2 that were actually on target. Your midline playing in and out, fantastic soccer through there, and obviously working it up to your forwards. We know what they can do. I was just talking to a Nelson and saying that last year you guys kind of came out of nowhere. You were able to be the surprise. You were able to be the hunter. But now, coming into this year, having the record that you have, you're now the hunted. How do you keep the mindset and how do you keep the mentality of these young student athletes focused, knowing that now people are chasing you rather than you were doing a chasing a year ago?
Well, this is something that we actually expected, something that we started working on probably about 3 years ago. So last year with the success we had, we knew we were heading in the right direction, and we were hoping that this year that would continue. So I think this is what we expect, that we had a good young group. I think we have 7 to 8 guys that's been starting for 3 years on this team. So they've had ups and downs. So I think they know the direction that we're heading, and we're kind of expected for people to start chasing us right now.
Coach, when every team comes to play you, whether it's here, whether it's away, they're going to focus on number 9 right away. But you have other weapons. There are other players on this team that can do just as much damage. It's just that they don't because Azar does such a wonderful job. How beneficial as a coach is it to you to know that maybe if it's not working for one match for number 9, that you have so many other weapons, whether it's on that front line or whether it's coming from the midfield. We even saw some work from your defenders today, that you have so much offensive prowess that you can go to wherever it is on the pitch.
Yeah, we do have a few different people that were able to put the ball in for us this season. So even Ivan, I think he's looking at about 13 goals, 14 goals this season, and 10 assists. So he really helps us distribute the ball also to help us receive goals. We even actually had a couple of the midfielders come through and put the ball in the back of the net today too. So we have a few different people that's putting the ball in the net on a regular basis. So just like I said, if you keep and you want to try to mark out number 9, believe me, we got number 10 and a few other numbers that's going to creep in on us.
And, Coach, not a question but a statement to you directly is that it's been amazing, the turnaround and just the things that you've been able to accomplish here, not just in the school of Pike itself. We know about football, we know about basketball, but what you've been able to do with this boys soccer program here has been absolutely phenomenal. And the excitement that you've generated, not just on campus here, but around the community, I want to congratulate you on that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Coach Theron Smith leading his Pike Red Devils to a 9-0 victory here in opening round of the Marion County tournament. Coach, thank you, and we'll see who you got next on the docket. It's going to be Ben Davis or Lutheran, but we know you're going to bring it. We know it'll be a good one.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach. So Coach Theron Smith had his young men prepared, and they definitely showed it, because this one was called with about 4 minutes left. 9-0. We knew that Pike was going to score. We knew where a lot of the action was going to come from, and he didn't disappoint. Number 9 with a hat trick. But the help, the depth of that Red Devils team is definitely something to be reckoned with in the upcoming weeks. So after an exciting first match, you know what? As I mentioned, Ernie Banks said, let's play 2, and we're going to do that. And we're going to bring it to you in the form of girls soccer. It'll be the Pike Red Devils versus Warren Central Warriors for Game 2 of Round 1 of the Marion County Tournament. You're watching Red Devil Soccer on RD TV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Pike Township Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Larry Young and Principal Jeremy Woolley, welcome to the Pike High School's Dr. Charles Old Jordan Soccer Complex and tonight's Marion County Round 1 soccer matchup featuring the Warren Central Warriors and your Pike Red Devils. In the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act responsibly and courteously to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome. Let's afford the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated. Pike High School campus is a no tobacco zone. The use of tobacco in any form is prohibited. Please be respectful of this request for the benefit of all patrons attending tonight's contest. Restrooms and concession stands are located at the south end of the soccer field near the gate where you entered today. And now, let's meet the players, coaches, and officials for tonight's contest. First, for the visiting Warriors of Warren Central. Number 00, Mercedes Houston. Number 3, Samaria Powell. Number 5, Jazzy Palmer. Number 8, Claire Higgins. Number 14, Naomi Myers. Number 17, Abby Griner. Number 20, Anaya Bledsoe. Number 22, Keisha Grandos. Number 23, Lanaya Rain. Number 24, Kamaya McClam. And number 26, Ruth Perez. And now for the Red Devils of Pike High School. Number 1, Veronica Kiger. Number 2, Georgia Shuchecki. Number 3, Carson Cobley. Number 6, Aaron Grant. Number 7, Rhea Webster. Number 9, Anaí Samaran Grande. Number 10, Ashley Lemus. Number 13, Kelsey Lopez Ortega. Number 16, Anaya Delmore. Number 18, Ana Lopez. Number 19, Katie Lopez. The Red Devils are coached by Dauda Sine, assistants Morgan Brown, Sawanda Samba, Mizu Mantor, Charlotte McNeil, Mitchell Price, and Kirsten Stahl. Tonight's officials, Rogelio Alvarez, Alexander Dumfrey, and Sal Camaro.
And we are underway here for game 2 of a Twilight doubleheader. Familiar colors, familiar teams. Now the girls take the pitch for action in their opening round game of the Marion County tournament here at Pike High School. These two teams very familiar with each other. Mid-conference foes. This is basically a mirror match of what we saw no more than a few minutes ago between the boys. But the girls will take the pitch for this one.
Pike, free kick.
So we'll get our first free kick into the box, and that's saved nicely by the senior keeper, Mercedes Houston. And already, I've been on campus for about 2 hours now, and I'm greeted by royalty on the other side of my headset. As Kendra Champion McAloon,
that's funny, John.
of the athletic department, joins us live here on RDTV. Kendra, how are you today?
I am fantastic, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm sure you're excited that the boys put together one whale of a match here in Game 1 of the Marion County tournament, 9-0.
Yes, yep, that was awesome. They have been very fun to watch all season. It's been incredible.
Kendra, I ask you because being new to this, coming into doing these past few games for Pike, which has been absolutely fantastic. I've seen the school spirit from the students. I've seen the community spirit from the fans and the parents, and also just the pure excitement that both you and David share about your teams here. It's not all just focused on basketball and football. It's spread about the whole gamut of every sport that you offer here at Pike. And just tell me a little bit about that. How exciting is your job that you have such competitive sports across all of them, and not just the normal wear and tear of saying what happens on a Friday night for football or what will happen on Friday nights and Saturday nights during basketball?
That is an awesome question, and I'm glad you asked it. It is the best part of this job. I grew up in a small town where basketball was #1, largest and finest high school field house in America. I'll let you figure out where that was. But being here has been awesome for the exact reasons that you said. Our kids come together pretty well. Our athletes do. They cheer each other on. You go to most sporting events and see other athletes there cheering each other on. And we do have high-level athletes in very nearly every sport, so that is just really cool. You sometimes forget when you step out of the city how good we really are, because we go up against very good competition in every sport, week in and week out. And win or lose, sometimes you forget how good the other team is in both sides of the ball or whatever it is. So it is really fun, and it's fun to watch their spirit. Last week was homecoming week. I know you were here for that game. Our student section was awesome. And they're just fun. There's a lot of excitement. I love the fall. It kind of kicks it all off, and so it's been fun.
Well, one thing, Kendra, that really sticks out as far as your position is concerned, along with David, as being the athletic directors here at Pike, is not only are you allowing these student athletes to do what they love to do best. They've been playing soccer or playing football or playing basketball since they could put on a pair of shoes. So whatever respective sport they do. But it's getting these young student athletes into adulthood. Their next step, whatever it is, past high school, but being out in the community, being representatives, wearing this Pike Red so proudly throughout the community, but then going on beyond that. I know that's being important to you as an administrator, that these student athletes just aren't going on for sports purposes, that they're becoming things outside in the professional world and just becoming outstanding human beings. That's got to make you feel good as well.
It really does. We talk about that a lot, actually, that you are not your sport. You aren't a soccer player or runner or swimmer. You are a young man or a young woman who plays soccer, or a young man or a young woman who plays softball, and that's just a part of their life. And we see all the time our athletes are involved in a lot of things. It's always the athletes involved also in, 5 clubs, and they're doing community service. And that's important, and I think they all know that. Academics come first here. We're pretty hard on them. Our coaches do a great job following up with them there, and we just make it very clear that that's #1, and becoming a young man and a young woman is the most important thing, and then they have a sport to just do for fun, which is pretty awesome.
Kendra Champion McAloon shares athletic director responsibilities with David Paddock here at Pike High School. And Kendra, speaking about the women's games and girls sports in general, is we're looking at a soccer match here between two very, very close teams as far as skill sets are concerned, what they've done in the MIC this year. But you, as a female administrator, and seeing what the sport of soccer has become over the past few years, the growth, the expansion of women's soccer just in whole. You look at the city of Indianapolis alone, the Indy 11 winning the USL Women's League this past season right here in our own backyard. They downtown Indianapolis putting together a $1 billion facility solely for soccer, and seeing the success of the USL, the USL 2, the USL Women's League, the NWSL, the popularity of the World Cup over this past spring. How does that make you feel as a female administrator, but also that these young ladies, now they see a little bit brighter picture, whereas several years ago, it was Division I was the top tier of talent of where these girls could go, and you didn't have many players that could do that. Now it has just ballooned. It has expanded to all different parts of the country and different levels with academies and club teams and whatnot. How does that make you feel?
Very proud, I would say. It's awesome for them to see that. I'd say we still have a ways to go, obviously, but it's just really cool for them to be able to see it, to get excited about it, to get together, to watch the games, you know, at the higher level. It's awesome. Girls soccer was just becoming a thing when I graduated from high school, which is kind of crazy to think about. I don't feel like I'm that old, and it's just to see what it's done from then, you know, from 95 to now. Has been pretty tremendous, but it's always great when they can see each other excel, watch other females excel, and you know, not everybody's going to become a professional soccer player, man or woman, but cool for them to be able to dream that now. Like, it's a thing that's actually been done, and so that means they could actually do it.
I'm very humbled to be able to do a lot of work within the Big East, within the women's soccer programs in Butler, Xavier, sometimes DePaul, Marquette, but I see all the teams coming, your UConns, your St. John's, you know, all these power teams that come in through a Big East conference now. But Kendra, the thing that kind of excites me is that at your level is just now how excited that coaches are at those levels from Big East schools who are looking down at the Pikes of the world, who are looking down at the Warren Centrals of the world and saying, my goodness, my talent pool has just gone up tremendously over the past few years. And now, as you mentioned, not only allowing these young women to grow as people, but also that those opportunities now, they're getting more looks because just the game has grown that much.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And it will just, you know, it's going to expand incredibly just because each year I feel like it's going to more than double the amount of kids they have as more kids see it. I mean, it's down even in the youth level. There's just so many more, and we actually see more girls in a lot of sports. It's interesting, more girls than boys sometimes. So the pool is definitely growing in a great way, and it's growing very fast. Exponentially, I think it'll be over the next several years.
Kendra, I wouldn't be doing my due diligence as athletic director and knowing what you have on the docket this upcoming week to support your Red Devils in all different kinds of sports. Who's playing the remainder of this week here at Pike High School and or away from the friendly confines?
Yes, we just finished up round one of Marion County boys tennis. Our boys won their first match against Lawrence North 5-0, so that's exciting. They will play tomorrow. We're not yet sure who they play. We're waiting on all of those results. And then tomorrow night is actually our volleyball senior night. So we'll be playing. We are hosting tomorrow, Beech Grove, celebrating our seniors. That'll be fun. We've got a new volleyball coach this year, female. She's been awesome for our kids, I think. Just another great example of a female role model, teaching them, kind of leading the way. We'll be playing, our boys will be playing soccer Wednesday, and hopefully our girls. And then we've got the Marion County soccer semifinal on Friday and final on Saturday. And our football team is actually away this week. Our varsity will play at Warren Central on Friday night. And then we'll host the sub-varsities on Saturday. We are hosting the MIC Cross Country Championship on Saturday. So that'll be fun. Cross country was actually my sport. I coached cross country for almost 20 years here, so that's always fun. We've got a very successful. Our boys are really, really strong right now in cross country. They've been really fun to watch. They maybe have a stab at being possibly winning or runner-up in the mix, so that'll be really cool. That's coming up on Saturday, and then we've got a lot of tournaments. Our teams are traveling in this Saturday. Our girls golf team played in the sectional actually just today, so their season wrapped up today. We got to watch them out at Pebblebrook. Beautiful day for golf. It was a pretty fun day, so we're busy. We're always rolling here. I know all athletic directors are, but this is the best part of the job. I've said that I think 3 times today as I've been watching all of our sporting things. It's just, this is the best part.
And unfortunately, during that very informative run of athletic events coming up here for Pike High School, which is great, fantastic, just a lot of different things going on, not only for Pike High School in general, but for the community as well, to rally around the Red Devils. It was an amazing strike from Abby Greiner from about 35 yards out, just in and out of the hands of goalkeeper Elena Wood. And that's going to put the Red Devils down 1-0 early in this one with about 28 minutes remaining here in the first half. Well, Kendra, I thank you so much for your time. Things just wouldn't happen the way that they do without the leadership of you and both David for the athletic department. Again, you basically mentioned it. It's a 24/7-hour gig. Let's not underestimate the power of that. Is that we know, and everybody knows, that if that phone starts ringing at 2 a.m. in the morning, someone's got to pick it up, and I know that you're one of those to do it because you do your job well and you do it especially, and you take care of these kids, and they're so darn proud to have you here at Pike High School. So thank you so much for your time this evening.
Well, thank you very much, and we're really, really glad you're here. Thanks for taking the time to be here to support both teams and our football team last week. It's really cool to be able to provide this opportunity for our community. We're very appreciative.
Thank you very much, Kendra. So Pike on the attack, a great shot, but a great save. So a lot of action happened there. But that was Kendra Champion McAloon. Runs just a dynamic sports program here at Pike. And you could hear it. I mentioned that the excitement that I have picked up already just in a few stints here doing some work for Pike High School. You can hear the excitement in her voice, how proud she is of her program, how proud she is of her student athletes, of her staff, what the community does supporting both the young men and women of Pike Athletics, both in and out of the classroom. It's just a great atmosphere here. Mentioned it on Friday night when I was doing the football game. Mentioned it during game one, during the boys' soccer match here, is that I am humbled to be a part of this. Something special. Here's an opportunity. Rolls into the keeper's hands for an easy save. But our interview night may not be done. We did get one. And I know that there are some others down there that we can talk to, so we'll see what the production staff might conjure up through these next 66 minutes of action here at the Marion County tournament. The girls' side of the bracket. Warren Central up 1-0 early, and Abby Greiner with a free kick from about 35 yards out. Put it on target. Had good velocity on it. And Elena Wood just in her hands and then out, and it found its way in the back of the cage to give the Warriors a 1-0 lead. The sun is set. It's a beautiful, beautiful backdrop here at the soccer fields at Pike. Pike has had some chances, but I mentioned throughout the whole onset of that opening game, Is that soccer can be a funny game. And sometimes a loose ball here or there, or just a miscue, can cause what is a team that dominates possession throughout an entire match, but one miscue can lead to a score differential that you don't expect, and that's where we're at now with Warren Central up 1-0 here early. Still plenty of soccer left to go. And Pike plays it all the way back. So they'll have to go the distance of the pitch here. You know, it was a mirror match earlier in the season when this Warriors club met Pike. Same result as the boys squad, 10-2 in favor of Pike.
In for Warren, 20, Bledsoe.
That was at Warren Central. Late August. But already you can see that Warren Central is gaining a little confidence, being up 1-0. Ashley Lemus, she's in space. 1v1 with a shot on goal, but collected easily. Deja Jackson. So this ball is going to roll out, and that'll be good for a red throw. And now some offense from Pike. And this will set up a set piece in the corner for the Red Devils.
Pike, corner kick.
So this will come off the left boot. Hands in the air, and here it comes. Ball's in the air, curving in. There's a strike. Blocked by the Warriors defender, but still in play for Red. Just sails over the head. So a clear. Not out of danger yet. Now Pike, just outside the box. Now into the 18. Numbers, shot off the right foot, but nothing home. And that'll just casually roll out of bounds.
And for Warren, number 14.
So still in the box, and that'll roll over the end line. And this will be a corner set piece for the Red Devils. So now some more offensive action coming from Pike. Here it comes. Sails in. And, well, Warren Central had it, didn't really know what to do with it there, and now it's back at the possession of Pike. Trapped in the corner, and that'll be a goal kick. So a Warren Central substitution. Hillary Grandos, the senior.
Warren, 21, Grandos.
She'll enter. This Pike has helped maintain possession so far in this one, but the early goal, the early miscue by the Pike keeper has the Warriors up 1-0. With just under 19 to play in the first half. This will be a red throw. And the staff very intently behind me doing a fabulous job for RDTV. Again, we mentioned student run. Now played the left side of the pitch in space. Met by two Warriors defenders, and this will be a corner. So good hustle there.
Corner kick.
Now coming from the right side. In the middle. Deflected. And we have a clock stoppage. And this might be a handball in the box, and it is. So this is going to set up a PK for the Red Devils. So here we go. Georgia Shachecki, the sophomore. Where will she place it? In the back of the net is where she places it.
Right there.
The equalizer, 1-1 on the PK.
In for Pike, number 8, Alasupo. And in for Warren, number 3, Powell.
So on the handball in the box, it's Georgia Shachecki, the sophomore, who chose to go right. And for the equalizer, it's 1-1 here with just under 17 to play. And now breakaway speed. Defended nicely by the Warriors, but still now in space. It's Ashley Lemus. Ball now settled, and now a turn, but nobody there. It's Red Devils offense trying to work through number 6, Aaron Grant. That's Lemus. There's a shot, but easily collected by Houston. This ball sails into the middle. And it's going to take a run. Some pressure by Warren Central. Cleared, though. These Warriors playing pesky right now. Finished the season 3-8. They were 0-4 in the MIC. One of those losses coming to, as aforementioned, Pike Red Devils, 10-2 at Warren Central. Whereas a lot of teams have wrapped up conference play, Warren Central will play one more on the girls' side against Lawrence North. That'll be on Thursday, the 28th of September. And prior to coming this in tournament, they did knock off Mooresville 6-1 in an offensive dominant match. And we'll have a clock stoppage here.
Andrew stoppage.
In that first match, we were talking about the pairing show that will happen on the 24th, 7 o'clock start. That'll be exclusively on ihsaatv.org. These Pike Red Devils, Section 9, consisting of Avon, Ben Davis, Brownsburg, Decatur Central, Mooresville, and Plainfield. And then October 11th, I believe the games start on October 2nd through the 3rd. And then October 11th, it'll be the Sectional 9 winner hosting the Sectional 10 winner, the Zionsville bracket.
And for Warren, 24.
Carmel Heron, Indianapolis Crispus Attucks, Indianapolis Shortridge, North Central Westfield, and Zionsville. The girls' side just as equally as dominant as the boys' side in those two sectionals. So great soccer upcoming. It's going to be a wild ride during these state playoffs coming up here the next month. These girls' Red Devils have not had the season that the boys have had. However, sometimes it's just playing the right soccer at the right time. And in tournament time, it's always the best place to do it. And these Red Devils are more than capable of doing so. The overall record of Warren Central at 3-8. And the Red Devils very much in the same boat, very similar. A 2-5-3 this season. Their best win coming on the road at Kokomo, 4-1 in that one. And that ball just sails wide. So another opportunity for the Red Devils, showing more offensive prowess here
Goal kick.
as we wind down just under 12 minutes now in the first half.
Handball. Red Devil free kick.
So the Red Devils from about 45 yards out, coming up on 11 minutes, 1-1. The equalizer coming on a penalty kick from Georgia Shachecki. It's a handball inside the box. And she had a nice strike under the outstretched hands of the keeper on the right side of the net to tie this one at 1. So still not a lot of possession between the other teams. A lot more offensive attack from the Red Devils, but not really be able to generate any true possession. It's been a few through balls, but cleared nicely each and every time from the Warriors. The one miscue inside the box led to the penalty kick. Here's a cross into space from the 18. Shot with the right, but sails wide.
That'll be a 1 goal kick.
So an opportunity there. And this ball played ahead. Trying to find Lemus. And she couldn't get there. Defended nicely by the Warriors. This will roll out of bounds. Red throw. They work quickly. Inside the box, Lemus turns. Tried to break 2 defenders. Couldn't do so, but still in possession of the Red Devils. Now into the middle of the box. Opportunity. Lemus with the right. But right into the hands of Houston. Now under 9 to play.
Red Devil free kick on the handball.
And a quick foul or a handball to Jazzy Palmer. Played ahead, and now cleared back. And either team just trying to find some sort of connection on the ground, trying to create space. Still in the middle. Just the Red Devils just trying to put something together. See if they can generate offense. Trying to work the wing now. Good recovery defense by the Warriors. That'll be a red throw. into the 18.
Warren, goal kick. In for Warren, 12 Anderson.
Substitutions for the Warriors. Sarah Anderson, the junior, and Keisha Grandos, the sophomore, enter. Keisha, the sister of Hillary. I'm sure mom and dad had to break up a few scrums in the backyard as those two got at it as youngsters. But that's got to be nice going through the ranks of high school with a sibling there to guide you through. Sure, very helpful in those two young ladies. I'm asked to something very prominent here for Warren Central and the Warriors. Both playing great roles. And that ball easy collected by Houston, now under 6. This ball ping-ponged around on our side of the pitch, and that'll be good for a red throw. Carson Covley. She's held the Warriors offense at bay back there from her defender position. Now here's a cross into the middle. It's trouble. There are red jerseys there. The ball comes out under no duress, but then recollected. Here's a strike off the left foot, but nothing doing. Houston collects. So sometimes the best offense is just getting a lot of congestion inside that 18 and see where that ball can find. So here's a strike off the right foot, off the shin of Houston, and this will be deflected out of bounds for a Red Devils corner set piece from the right side.
Pike, corner kick.
So this will be Suchecki. And the southpaw will swing it with her left boot. Spread out formation for the Red Devils inside the box. Here it comes. Low liner into the middle. Congestion. And picked up by Houston. And what do we have here? And we have ourselves a second PK.
Pike penalty kick.
So on a handball, that's number 2 on the box. Let's see what Aaron Grant decides to do. Houston lined up even. Grant. Great save by Houston. She got a bare paw on it, knocked it down to keep this one tied at 1s. So another miscue inside the box for the Warriors, but this time Houston chose correctly, batted it down right in front of her, didn't let it get away to allow a rebound shot, and keeps this one deadlocked at 1. Can definitely see a confidence here from this Warriors team. I had misspoke earlier about the score of Pike versus Warren Central earlier in this campaign. I was looking at the boys' score. But still correct in saying that both of these teams, their records evenly matched. Amount of goals scored versus goals given against, pretty much deadlocked across the board. But both playing with a purpose here this evening. Pike would like to follow the boys on the bus in a matchup against either Ben Davis or Lutheran. And Warren Central would like to kind of pick up the pieces where the Warriors boys team could not, and see if they can advance. But right now the attack is for the Red Devils. And it'll stay that way. Coming up on 2 minutes left here in the first half. Deadlocked at 1. And that ball had some crazy English on it to stay with Pike. That ball was running away.
2 minutes to go in the first half.
And in the unprecedented 2-minute call in the first half is where we stand.
Foul. Pike free kick.
Let's see what Grant can do from the right wing. And that ball just not enough trajectory on it. Stays with Pike though. And we're going to have a big collision, but they pop right back up. So that looked a lot more dangerous than it actually was. I think the quick reaction got everybody worried, but that's soccer. Both student athletes playing very hard. They know what's at stake here. So a drop ball. Here's Grant to the outside, off the head, but right to Pike, inside the box. And this ball will be cleared out. Giving chase. We're 2 white jerseys over there, and that's going to stay with Warren Central. Approaching a minute. Left here in the first half. 2 miscues. The opening goal coming on about a 35-yard free kick from Abby Griner that the keeper mishandled. Opportunity, Red Devils, right into the hands of Houston. And that's how we started out, 1-0. But then on the other side of the pitch, there was a handball inside the box, and that put the sophomore, Georgia Shachecki, on the line against Mercedes Houston, the keeper. And Shachecki chose right. Houston went the other way, left. And that was the equalizer to tie things up at 1. And that's where we stand here with 15 seconds left in the first half.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's where we'll leave it, heading into the second half of soccer. So 1 goal each from each side. One in about the first 6 minutes, and then one in the final 15 to have this one deadlocked at 1. Halftime is approaching, and we're going to take a break ourselves. You're watching Pike High School girls soccer versus Warren Central Warriors, exclusively on RD TV. So weird, like talking to people and never seeing them. Like they're here somewhere, but I don't know where.
I do like to talk, but I was like, this is good. It's good. It's kind of fun.
You gotta promote yourself.
I'm gonna do that in my next life.
Used car salesman right below me. You never know. We'll be selling Hyundais before we know it.
That's right.
That's what you gotta do. That's why I love those types of things.
Yeah.
what'd you think about Coach Lou coming out with a 4-5-2 formation? Go Saints.
Steelers. That's what I'm watching over here.
Are you?
I'm an American football.
See, I'm from Cleveland, so
Oh.
I have. What is that?
Well, do you
And now you think I'm coming back for that
do
reaction.
you want the score update? You care? Are you watching it too?
No, I'm not, because I have other things to pertain to, like soccer games for Pike.
7-3, good guys.
My guys?
Good guys.
Steelers are winning?
Yes. Pick 6 in 9 seconds in the game for us.
Pick 6?
Yeah. And then you guys picked us, but we score off of it. Missed a field
Wait a
goal.
minute, so you're a Steelers fan?
Yeah.
What the?
Die hard.
All right.
Yes.
So any conversation you heard with Dan about the winter sports, now it's done. I've already got my answer. I don't need this.
You're not coming back.
The harassment already into the second match. I will say this though, that I wish that the Browns would have been the Steelers the past 25 years rather than. What is that? Oh. Wait, is it still 7-3?
Still 7-3, good guys.
Why? What is this good guy stuff?
I work with
You do understand, like, Comet Projectile would go down at this point, right?
I would hate to go home early.
David, are you going to jump on? Talk? Why?
Not my cup of tea. She's answered everything.
We can talk about your crap.
Then I'll sound real bad.
Maybe I can realize the further on.
Hey, David, is there anything that you can think of? I mean, Denver covered a lot of it, but is there anything that you can think of that I could touch on? Any special events or anything outside of athletics that you've been able to comment on?
We just had homecoming.
Yeah.
To see, I mean, soccer, golf ended.
I did it. I said it in the first thing. Want me to throw the team thing out again?
As far as being back.
Yeah.
Good.
It's fun talking. It allows me to talk about the Cavs.
There you go.
Warren will start.
And with just under 30 seconds here gone in the second half, we are underway on what has turned out to be a gorgeous night here in Pike Township for round one of the Marion County tournament. The girls are at it with the 7:30 start. That was preceded by the boys' 9-0 victory over these same Warren Central Warriors. That game was basically over before it started. We got a minute 10 into it, and the boys were already up 1-0, and the onslaught just continued from there. And now the girls looking to follow their boys' brethren of the soccer team to either Ben Davis or Lutheran this week for round two. The offensive attack has come mostly from the Red Devils in the first half, but it was a miscue on the keeper, Abby Greiner, the senior, sent a free kick in from about 35 yards out, and it went off the hands of the keeper and went behind her in the back of the cage to make it 1-0.
Foul.
An unfortunate series of events for Warren Central. There is a handball inside the 18. So that allowed sophomore Georgia Shachecki to go right. The keeper went left. And that was the equalizer at 1-1. And that's where we stand. And with 1-1, still lots of soccer left to play here in the second half. But due to the tournament, we will go into overtime. And if the score is still tied at the end of those two halves, they will go to penalty shootout. We had mentioned the boys last year being the defending Marion County tournament champions. And shootouts are no stranger to that group, as they took it the distance last year against the host team, North Central Panthers, to win in PKs 5-4. In the first half, we had a nice conversation with Kendra Champion McAloon talking about the success of Pike athletics all across the board, the excitement that's generated through all departments, the enthusiasm that they have for their student athletes, both inside and outside of the classroom. Here's a chance for Warren Central, deflected nicely by Pike. So Warren Central has been on the attack early. I'd asked her a question about the growth that she's seen in women's soccer over the past 10, 15 years, and the growth has just been phenomenal. Down at the youth level, with all these up-and-coming club teams that are now sprouting about. And then you get into high school where the diversity of rosters has just really expanded tremendously. The skill sets that these young athletes possess at such a young level is so much further than it was not too long ago. And the opportunities that these ladies have post-high school, if they choose to continue their soccer careers. Lots of programs locally. You think of your Butlers, you think of Ball State, Purdue, the obviously big horses, the Big East, the Big Ten Conference, the MAC, also a strong, strong conference in Division I. But even the smaller colleges, UIndy, the Greyhounds, Marion University, the Knights, just strong programs throughout D2, D3, going up to D1. But then the opportunities beyond college has really, really expanded. The USL and its growth through its academy teams, through the USL2, U.S. Women's League. And just in our own backyard, just a few miles up the road in downtown Indianapolis, Indy 11 winning that USLW championship this past summer. And their reward, just as it is on the men's side, a $1 billion complex in downtown Indianapolis solely for soccer. It's just a beautiful thing to see. The NWSL with their TV contract with Paramount, how much that's grown. You'll see expansion teams with them. Here's Pike inside the box. Still in possession. And that's a foul that'll go the other way at Warren Central. The immense popularity of the World Cup. Even though our own United States didn't end up in the final where they were projected to be. That last match between Spain and the Netherlands, one for the ages. And one that drew so much excitement. The numbers of viewership that the World Cup generated overall, just pummeling any previous World Cup prior to this 2023 Summer World Cup. It's amazing to see. I'm very fortunate in my position to be able to talk to a lot of Division I coaches. Coach Erica Demers down at Cincinnati. Coach Terry St. John, Rob Allman at Butler. Coach Josh Reif over at Ball State. Coach Eric Bell of TCU. The Horned Frogs, who are always ranked, but I just hear them and how excited, not just that they are their own ball clubs and how they can train their players to think about going to that next level because the opportunities are more robust. But just how excited they are to recruit now because the talent pool in high school soccer has just ballooned. And whereas you had your high schools that you'd pick and choose from because students would come there and play their soccer and you focused on a few high schools in the area, now you just have this whole new pool because the talent pool has grown tremendously. Coaches have upped their ante and their game at this level, knowing that these young ladies can go on and just have so many more opportunities beyond thinking that they would have to play at a Division I level just a few years ago.
Foul.
Tremendous growth.
Pike, free kick.
And right now is what's exciting time here in the city of Indianapolis is that the growth here is one of the largest in all the country. So a breakaway here, but nothing doing. Just ran into a bevel of red jerseys. And we're coming up on 30 minutes here. What's turned into somewhat of a chilly night here on a Monday in Pike Township. Not a cloud in the sky. No precipitation whatsoever. But now these are starting to feel more like fall nights and something I'm sure that after the summer that we had here in Indianapolis, that these players are more than happy to be playing in about 60 degrees than they were in 95. And some miscues in the backfield for Warren Central, but able to clear it. And just right now, both teams having some trouble generating some possession. No real chances offensively for either side. It's continuing the opportunities at all levels, and it starts right here at Pike, their youth soccer club. They've created an environment for the youth of the community, and it's great too. It's fun, fair play, but still about player improvement. Founded some 44 years ago, I believe. 1979, if I'm doing my math right, I am. But it was started by parents in the area. As I say that, we'll see what happens here. The attacking third for Pike. Left side of the box. Into the middle. Sails wide. So Georgia Shachecki had a good beat on it. Beat her defender through the left side of the box, but just sailed it wide across the face of the keeper. But Pike Youth Soccer from 4 to 18. There are boys and there are girls divisions. And what's good for the confidence of those young athletes is there are no cuts.
Red Devil free kick.
There are no tryouts. So anybody that wants to have a fair share about their chance of playing soccer can do so with Pike Youth Soccer Club. It's a great springboard to do what these young ladies are doing right now. And what they're doing is playing a fantastic match during a 1-1 draw so far here at the opening round of the Marion County tournament. So a goal kick. Some numbers. Here's Shachecki. She's the one that's done the damage so far. Nice moves. Here's a shot, top of the box. Left foot, no good. Sails wide left.
Warren, goal kick.
So a good turn and shot by Brianna Love, the senior. You know, we'll take this time to thank our friends at Corteva AgriScience for supporting Pike's success.
Red Devil free kick.
Corteva regularly invests their time, expertise, and capital to a variety of initiatives and activities that positively impact our schools. Pike sets up for a free kick. About 35 yards out. Now this is where Warren Central capitalized. Can Pike? And into the hands of Houston. And on the goal kick, they'll try to move fast. One white jersey and a missed 4 red, but still pressure. And quickly, Covely will have to turn and just knock that one out to stop the momentum from the Warriors. And this is deflected, and it'll stay with white. The Pike Township Educational Foundation exists solely to enhance the education of Pike students through scholarships and grants for educator-driven projects. Since its founding in 1993, the Pike Township Educational Foundation has awarded nearly $500,000 in scholarships and over $650,000 in grants. To learn more, please visit www.pike-ef.org. And special thanks to our Pike Proud partners at the Ortho Indy Foundation YMCA for supporting our Pike staff so they can support our Pike students and families. In addition, offering all MSD of Pike Township staff a 15% discount on YMCA memberships this year. The YMCA offered our teachers and staff of the year a free 3 to 6 month membership and provided our district teacher of the year a complimentary 1-year membership. Kudos to them. Thanks to the YMCA for their ongoing efforts to help us prioritize the health and well-being of our students and staff. So ultra important, especially at this level. Not just for the student athletes, but the faculty as well. The hours, the time, the effort that they put in to these student athletes. It's just an ongoing thing. There is no stop. There is no off button. There is no Staples button. But they do it because they want to do it. And they're just such good people. Just throughout the entire Pike staff, up and down, not just the athletic department, but in the classrooms as well. Also can't say enough about the Warren Central athletic department. It's just incredible what these teachers and administrators, the sacrifices they make for these young student athletes, but the reward at the end of the day is something that they can hang their hat on. Seeing where they go in life, seeing them mature into young ladies and young men. It's truly a sight to see. And right now, both athletic departments just looking to see a second goal somewhere pop up on the board here and see if they can't play later this week.
In for Warren, 21, Grondos.
The winner of this one will face the winner of Ben Davis and Lutheran. Not sure if those were 5 and 7 starts or 6 and 7:30, but nonetheless. These student athletes usually don't see the name on the front of the jersey. They know that there's 11 opposing players on the other side of the pitch, and that's who they know their opponent is. No rankings, no stats, no nothing. They just know they have to come ready to play no matter who is on the other side. But don't eliminate the fact that it's both of these teams that want to see either Ben Davis or Lutheran later this week. But business to handle here with almost 22 minutes left here in the second half. Here's a chance. Grant just wide of the net. Couldn't really get anything on it. Mentioned some of the teams in this 16-team bracket. The McTeam team, Lawrence Central Bears at Perry Meridian tonight. Speedway at Franklin Central. Beech Grove at Lawrence North. Southport at Decatur Central. Ben Davis at Lutheran. Park Tudor at Brebeuf. And Ron Colley at North Central. So plenty of good soccer happening around the city of Indianapolis tonight.
High corner kick.
So there's a set piece. First one of the half in the corner form for Pike. Ball's in the air. And look at that. Now, I'm not too sure if Ashley Lemus actually got a boot on that or not, but nonetheless, it's 2-1 in favor of the Pike Red Devils. I think that was more of a distraction from Lemus than anything. Again, I don't know if she actually got a boot on it or not. But however it shakes out,
And for Pike,
it
number
leads to a
7,
2-1
Lefty.
advantage for the Pike Red Devils in the 21st minute. So now, Warren Central have to play from behind. And offense is something that's kind of hard to come from the Warriors this season. Haven't scored that many goals in all their matches, so they're going to have to find some place to generate some offense to see if they can get an equalizer at 2-2.
Pike, corner kick.
So I don't know if the staff down below can actually find out who they credited that goal to. I'm going to say that it's Ashley Lemus, but maybe it was Georgia Shuchecki who just got it on the corner. So we'll try this again. Ball's in the air. Trouble again. And this time, that found the head of a Red Devils player. I saw that one with my own 2 beady eyes.
Pike.
And on consecutive set pieces from the corner, Pike goes up 3-1. That looked like Sandra Lopez came up from her defender position. And Georgia Shuchecki, just when the ball is on the ground and she can do something with it, she's making things happen, whether it's from the box on the PK or from the set pieces on the corners.
And for Pike, 17, Love.
So the fabulous stats crew down below getting right on top of it and confirming what I thought. I did not think that it hit Lemus. It was just a clean cross from the corner. So Georgia Shuchecki confirms what we believe we all saw, but our fantastic stats crew down below confirmed that. So she has a brace on the evening. And quickly, it has turned to a 3-1 advantage for the Pike Red Devils. And now in some space. The good pressure by the Pike Red Devils offense, causing commotion in the boxes, having the defense have to play it out sporadically, setting up those 2 corners in which Shuchecki plays perfectly, one for her own net, and then one on the right boot of Sandra Lopez, or I should say on the head of Sandra Lopez. She came in from her defense position, was able to sky above the rest of the commotion in the box and head it in the back of the net for the 3-1 advantage. And she comes off limping. I'm sure that does not hurt as bad.
And for Pike, number 2, Shuchecki.
So let's hope she's okay. The resiliency of these young ladies. And now Pike once again to the outside. Houston had to make a decision. She makes it quickly and gets a save. On the outside of the box, there was pressure. Brianna Love came attacking, but Houston made the right decision, came out early, grabbed it. And Red Devils have to reset from just above the midline. So once again, Pike from the right side, cross into the middle. And that ball's going to squeeze through.
Goal, Pike.
So the set pieces here coming from the right wing have just been
And for 1-12.
a bugaboo for goalkeeper Mercedes Houston. We'll get a confirmation. I believe that came off of Aaron Grant, but I'm not sure if someone cut across to knock that one in. These are just some amazing. I need to get in a geometry class because I don't know how these young ladies are doing it with these angles that they're able to put this ball in the back of the net. So we'll get confirmation once again on that goal.
Warrior free kick.
Because that was just a beautiful cross from Aaron Grant. And there was some red jerseys inside the box, but I'm not sure if it actually hit a Pike defender or not to go into the back of the net. So we'll see who they give credit to that goal for. And I would like to thank the...
They have a Red Devil free kick.
So it's confirmed is that Katie Lopez did get a boot on it. So on a great cross from Aaron Grant, she found a shrieking Katie Lopez, and she did get a boot on it to put it past the diving keeper. And boy, I have to thank the Pike Red Devils girls soccer team for keeping me on my toes. These have been some exceptional goals. They're deceiving. David Blaine would be impressed. So again, Grant with speed. Now into the box with help. And we're going to go back to a very dangerous spot as Suchecki will casually make her way to the right corner for another set piece for the Red Devils. Now up 4-1. So what was really an even match the entire first half at 1-1 on two miscues, so to speak, where there wasn't a lot of offense generated by either team. It has been all Red Devils here so far in the second half. And once again, in a dangerous position to possibly make this 5-1. So here we go. Suchecki in the air. And this one is cleared. But Suchecki keeps it at her feet now into, well, plays it all the way back, in which she will. Now played forward. But more white jerseys and red there. But now back into possession of the Red Devils. Here's Love directing traffic. Deflection. Played ahead. And Grant just with phenomenal speed out there. Once again, causing commotion inside the box. Plays it across. Houston collects. So this Red Devils team exploding for 3 goals here in the second half. Just as their boys' counterpart did in game 1, not wanting to take the foot off the gas. Here's a cross into the middle. And the Red Devils collect just now outside of the 18, but they'll send it in again. Here it comes, but collected by Houston. Now, sometimes we have the unprecedented heroes of a soccer match, the ones that aren't up front all the time, making runs, making passes, doing it whether assists or in the back of the net. But credit to the junior, Kelsey Lopez Ortega. She's done a fantastic job
And for Pike,
on the left
27,
side of the pitch, kind of
Cameron.
controlling
And for
her
Warren,
area, not letting
number
anything
10,
get past her,
Brito.
sending the ball up front, letting her midfielders and forwards do the work. And
We have a Warren.
she's played a great
Okay.
match. And now some substitutions. Brianna Webster steps off. She didn't make life easy for the Warriors in the second half. She was up there in a lot of the goal scoring. Good deceptive pieces on this Red Devils club.
Foul. Red Devil free kick.
So just trying to settle here. A lot of movement, but this Warren Central team still just under 12 minutes to play. Not sure with the struggles of the offensive game this year, if they'll be able to mount a 3-goal comeback just to get this one to overtime. But they'll still have one more go at it. This varsity club going to return 11 players next year, so that's a benefit. Any coach would look at a roster and look at that and be quite happy. Able to put a full lineup on the pitch of all returning varsity letter winners. And now Grant in space by herself in the box, makes a move to the middle. She'll take a shot on goal, and Erin Grant all by herself.
Goal. Red Devil.
She kept the ball at her feet, able to make a move inside the 18, brought it to the center, and pushed it left of the keeper. Great strike by number 6. So the senior, who has just been everywhere on the pitch tonight, Erin Grant, one of the smaller players on the pitch, but just with fantastic speed, able to split defenders. If you lose her, you're in trouble, because once she pops out of the pile with the ball at her feet, she is extremely dangerous, and she showed it right there. Splitting 2 defenders, and able to get a great strike in the back of the net to make this one 5-1. So 4 unanswered goals by the Pike Red Devils here in the second half. Was the early miscue. And now Love in space. Good through ball. She'll cross to the middle. Off her right boot. And this one cleared by Lawrence Central. So good recovery defense there by the Warriors. And Warren Central just trying to play it ahead, see if someone can run under it. And the keeper made a bold move there to come out of the box with 2 red jerseys. Fortunately, he made the right play. Here's Brianna Love. She's been a pest on that left side for the Warriors. Yet to go on the score sheet, but she's had the ball at her feet quite a bit. She's made some good passes, some good touch passes into the middle to set up her offense. Soccer's an easy game when you have all 11 working on the same game plan. So a set piece from the left side. Ball's across. Just batted out, but not out of danger yet. It'll come again. Grant fires into the middle, no one home. Katie Lopez was over there. And what will we have here? Looks like we'll have a free kick just outside the box, just about a Nike away from the 18. So Katie Lopez coming off the goal. Or I'm sorry. And here's a shot, and that's going to go way high. Well, that would have been good for 3 from about 30 yards out on the stadium just across from us here, the football stadium. But sailed it high as we approach 7 minutes here of game 1 of the Marion County tournament. And it's the Pike Red Devils up 5-1 on the Warren Central Warriors. So here's the ball ahead. It's Granton. That ball just was a little bit faster than her. Doesn't happen often.
In for Warren, 21, Grandos.
But that'll bring out Hillary Grandos for the substitution. Coaches here for Warren Central trying to get as much work as their young ladies as possible. It's a good teaching moment now. Keep your composure. Just try to play quality soccer. Don't make any mistakes. Don't allow a 6th goal. See if maybe you can get one. And close it to 5-2.
Injury stoppage.
Ashley Herrera Maldonado makes her way onto the pitch for the first time this evening. Another sophomore. Lots of youngsters on this Pike Red Devils girls soccer club.
In for Pike, 14, Herrera Maldonado.
So with some speed, there's 4 Red Devils jerseys back there, but Jazzy Balmer outran them all, but still cleared by the Red Devils. And stays with White. And the ball just trying to find a home, and now it finds the home of the Red Devils, and this will be play the outside to Love. Surrounded by white jerseys. Now a chance in the middle. Sarah Anderson had an opportunity, but 3 red jerseys converged on her very quickly. We're going to see Astrid Vicente enter here if she gets a chance with just coming up on 4 minutes left here. Gives me a second to recognize some key people throughout this whole broadcast. Superintendent of the Metropolitan School District of Pike Township is Dr. Larry Young. And Pike wants to generate some offense before I thank all the good people here at Pike, which is okay. I'm sure they're okay with it too. And this will go for a Pike set piece in that far right corner. And that'll bring on Vicente.
Pike, number 9, Samaran Grande. We have a Pike corner kick.
So that dangerous corner that has produced 2 goals for Pike. In position again with 3 minutes left. Sails in. The middle of the box. Still alive. At the feet of Pike. A lot of commotion and just couldn't find a home in the back of the net, but still at Pike's possession. Still in the box. They'll play it out wide. Now back into the 18. Shot on goal, just wide of the net.
Warren, goal kick.
So those corners have generated a lot of problems for the Warriors, and almost another one there. They keep it out of net, but approaching 2 minutes. Pike High School principal is Mr. Jeremy Wally. Athletic director is David Paddock, and want to thank Kendra Champion McAloon for talking with me earlier in the first half. Interim Chief Technology Officer Chad Heck. Coordinating producer is Mrs. Tammy Fly McCall. Directors have been Destiny Timms and Dan Bordenkecker. Technical manager Kyle Bredehoff. Great work by our camera crew tonight. Elijah Warner, Eli Buckin, Jemiah Scott, Tion Johnson, and Doggins Mercier. So again, the RDTV program here and the classes that they provide.
Foul. Warrior, free kick.
It's just been a humbling experience for me as a broadcaster to come out to Pike and be a part of this. It's very exciting on my resume, and I will chalk it up there as one of the best ones, is that this is the debut of RDTV for soccer, both boys and girls. And I've called a lot of great matches throughout my career, and I'm just thrilled. Absolutely thrilled to be a part of this one. So thank you, Pike. Very humbling experience. And Pike's not done with under a minute. Crossing to the middle. Shot on goal, but blocked. Not out of danger yet. Pike wants another. They're not going to retreat. They're going to push forward into the 18. And now it's cleared to the outside. Coming up on 30 seconds for a trip to either Ben Davis or Lutheran for the Pike Red Devils girls soccer team. And with a stoppage. Not sure who's on the ground. We don't want to see that. Hope she's okay. Looks like a cramp. Able to stretch it out, and she's okay. So 33 seconds left. Pike essentially punching their ticket to round 2. Joining their boys soccer counterpart, who had a 9-0 victory earlier today. It's been a great debut for the RDTV soccer production, as the Pike soccer team will walk away with a double-dip victory here tonight.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that is the end of it. So tournament time will continue
Pike Red Devils 5.
for the Pike Red Devils
Warren
girls
Central
soccer
Warriors
team,
1.
as it was close in the first half, but it ends in a 5-1 defeat of the Warren Central Warriors. Tonight's final score, the Pike Red Devils 5, Warren Central Warriors 1. Tonight's live stream is brought to you by Pike High School students with support of the Pike Township Technology Department. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is John Cupo, and again, I'm so humbled to be a part of tonight's broadcast, the first ever soccer broadcast on RDTV. Everybody have a great evening. Thank you for joining us on RDTV, YouTube, and of course, right here at Pike High School. Good night, everybody.